My father told me I was only my little sister's sister and needed to know my place. Then he threatened to call the police if I ever picked her up from school again. What he did not know was that for 10 years, I had been the person raising her. I packed her lunches, attended school meetings, managed her medical care, and stayed beside her whenever she was sick. He thought he could erase my role with one sentence. He was wrong, because while he protected his reputation, I kept records that would eventually decide who my sister went home with. My name is Claire Morgan. I was 31 and worked as a pediatric nurse. My 10-year-old sister Lily had type 1 diabetes. When she was diagnosed, my parents were away at a business event, so I stayed with her in the hospital for 4 nights and learned everything about her treatment. Afterward, I bought a green spiral notebook and recorded every glucose reading, insulin dose, appointment, and correction. I never imagined that notebook would become evidence in a custody case. Everything changed after my brother Ethan graduated as valedictorian. During his speech, he publicly thanked me for raising him and said part of his diploma belonged to me. Everyone applauded, but my father was furious beneath his smile. The next morning, he called me into his office and banned me from picking Lily up from school or attending her appointments. When I asked who would manage her diabetes, he said they would hire professionals. Then he looked at me and said, "You are only her sister. Know your place." I obeyed his warning, but I started documenting everything. A lawyer explained that love was not enough to gain guardianship. I needed proof that Lily was being neglected. Soon, she missed a diabetes appointment. Her sensor supplies ran out. Her meals were no longer properly monitored. I reported my concerns to Child Services, but the investigation was closed because the house looked clean and my parents appeared concerned. Then my father attacked my career. My hospital investigated me after someone accused me of accessing Lily's medical records. I had never done it, and I was eventually cleared. But during those terrifying 11 days, Lily secretly contacted me and asked about her insulin because her father had given her the wrong number. 3 days later, her best friend secretly delivered my green notebook. Lily had taken it from the house. The recent pages were almost empty. One entry showed that she had experienced dangerously low blood sugar at 2 in the morning and treated herself with crackers because nobody came when she was scared. I knew I could not stay. Silent. Then Lily became seriously sick. She was vomiting, extremely thirsty, weak, and confused. My parents thought she was pretending. I knew the symptoms could mean diabetic ketoacidosis. My father had blocked my number, so I called emergency services. The ambulance rushed Lily to the hospital. She was in diabetic ketoacidosis because her diabetes had gone unmanaged for days. I stood outside the treatment room because legally, I was only her sister. Inside, doctors asked my father about her insulin dosage. He could not answer. They asked about her endocrinologist. He did not know. Through the glass, I gave the medical team the information they needed because I had spent years learning it. Lily survived. That night, I stopped begging my parents to recognize what I had done. I let the records speak. My lawyer filed for emergency guardianship. My father claimed I was unstable and obsessed with my siblings. But my lawyer presented school records, medical records, appointment logs, and the green notebook. Witnesses confirmed that I had been the person consistently caring for Lily. Then my father took the stand. He proudly described everything he had provided. The house, insurance, camps, school expenses, and college savings. He had provided money. But my lawyer asked him 4 simple questions. Who is Lily's endocrinologist? He hesitated. What is her insulin dosage? He guessed. Who is her teacher? Silence, then came the final question. What is the name of your daughter's best friend? 10 seconds passed. My father looked at his lawyers and then my mother, searching for an answer nobody could give him. Finally, his voice cracked. Why are you asking me these questions? I am her father. I looked at him and said, my place is the one you left empty. The judge granted me guardianship of Lily. Months later, Lily was living with me. The green notebook was back on our kitchen counter, filled with both our handwriting. Then yesterday, my father and I attended counseling. The therapist asked him one simple question. What is the name of Lily's best friend? He could not answer. There was no courtroom this time. No lawyers. No audience, just my father facing the truth. His shoulders dropped, and then he began to cry. I did not feel victorious, I felt sad for all. The years he had missed. Because being a parent is not simply paying bills or having your name on a birth certificate. It is showing up. It is knowing what your child fears, what medicine they need, who their teacher is, and who they call their best friend. My father once told me to know my place. I finally did. My place was never beneath him. My place was beside Lily, and it always had been.